So I wanted to wait to do this little review. I didn't want to do it yesterday because I felt like yesterday's episode, as in the one that came on last night, would be the part two to the recoupling. And I was right. Well, not recoupling, the bombshells. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, let's get into it. This chick right here, Huda Beauty, we need to get you out. We need to get you out for several reasons. And you know, people online are like, oh my gosh, the Huda hate is forced. Da, da, da. No one hates this girl. I don't know her. But from what I see on TV, she is a miserable person. And she's making the villa miserable. In season 7 of Love Island UK, there was this woman called Faye. Faye's right there. She was in a couple with Teddy. After Casa Amor, maybe a week, it was movie night, I think, she crashed out. She crashed out. She called Teddy everything but the child of God. And it wasn't warranted, by the way. It wasn't warranted. I mean, talking to someone like that is never warranted. But she went in on him. The way I felt watching Faye go on Teddy is similar to how I felt about watching Huda in the episode last night. She was calling Jeremiah everything with a child of God. And I was like, girl, is it that serious? Is it really that serious? And people were like, oh, you know, did they do a psych evaluation on her? Obviously, they do psych evaluations for, you know, everyone that goes on these types of shows. However, I don't understand what tests they're doing because she shouldn't have made the cut. In Huda's defense, though, you know, you won't know how you're going to react in this situation unless you're in it. You know, we don't know. But the way Huda is making her problem everybody else's problem, no one else can have a problem. No one else can be happy because Huda is not happy. And people like that are so emotionally draining. So I don't think it's necessarily that they're scared of Huda, but they're scared of her reactions. She's the type of person that needs people around her to be like, calm down, no, you're right, da 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 da. That's the only way to calm her down. If you tell her she's wrong or you challenge her, she's probably going to blow up even more. And if you're living with somebody, you know, you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to be walking on eggshells or something. Sometimes you just tell people what they want to hear. And I feel like that's what the girls were doing. Because in the past, remember, Alandria was like, Huda, you're doing too much at that fire pit on day 2. And what did Huda start doing? She started crying like this. And Alandria, and I'm sure the other women know that they don't want to come across, you know, making other girls cry in the house. So they probably just let her live in her delusions. But in doing that, you have created a monster. Jeremiah, you're also at fault here. You're also at fault because he tried to put, not even tried, he did. He put on his mat game like he was on the outside, you know. That strategy does not work when you are around someone 24 hours because it wasn't genuine. He was love bombing her. He was doing too much. He was being territorial. He set the foundation for how Huda is behaving. Now, if Jeremiah had done it to a girl maybe like Hannah or a girl like Shelly, even Alandria, they wouldn't have behaved like this. But she's looking for a stepdaddy for her daughter. So to her, you know, the stakes are so high that if they're not married by the end of the show, then she's going to combust. Now, do I feel like, you know, Jeremiah should have gone to like console her, comfort her after the recoupling? Yeah, probably. But I honestly think he was getting it from the guys. I think as well, he knew that he's going to have her screaming and crying for half an hour and he has to listen to that. And maybe he was just emotionally, he was overwhelmed. And he knew that by him going to speak to Huda, his feelings, anything that he was going through would be squashed. And she is going to like, you know, amp it up, you know. But I'm telling you, he doesn't care. Because if he did care, he would have gone to her. He would have been like, okay, I'm not going to sleep in the bed with her. Let's sleep outside. He never did that. So that just shows me he has checked out of this. Huda, it's time to go. And I felt bad for Iris as well, because Iris obviously feels uncomfortable. This is not her fault. You know, if anything, she was showing more interest to Ace, and Ace was showing interest to her. Jeremiah didn't show interest in her. She didn't really show interest in Jeremiah. But obviously they've gone on this date now. They've had a little chat. and you know they've come back, and Huda has gone mad. Like the bombshell boys didn't even want to really leave Huda with with Iris, because Iris has said she's not comfortable around Huda. She's doing too much. She's making this uncomfortable, and we haven't even reached Casa Amor. Can you imagine what she's gonna be like when it's Casa Amor? We need to get her out. I'm not American, so I can't participate in a lot of these votes. I don't watch the show the same time that everyone else watches it. I watch it like the next day. America, we need to do something. Producers, we need to do something. Not just for our sake, not just for the people in that villa, but for also her sake. She needs to know that she's actually coming across tapped. Tapped. Like, guys, this is attention seeking. The way everything she did this episode was attention seeking. It was too much. She woke Taylor up out of his sleep because the others went on a date. She was saying, I need to go to the toilet, just to eavesdrop, just to be around to hear what the boys are saying. She's not going to let Jeremiah have a good run, you know, because she's too intense. He's intense, but he's fake intense. You know, you're always, until you meet someone that matches your nonsense, you don't realize you're actually doing too much. So that is why Jeremiah has checked out, because this is how she really is. Whereas Jeremiah was faking being love bombing. He was doing it on purpose. She's actually like this, and he can't take it. In Love Island form, though, if they both stay in the villa, they're probably still going to stay together. The only way that you can break this up is if you actually send in someone that Jeremiah cannot deny that, oh my gosh, I actually want to talk to her. And he starts talking to her. Like, remember, I don't know if it was maybe it was season 4 or 5, when Megan came in. I can't remember the guy. But it was a mixed race guy. She came in. She went to the mixed race guy and said, "Oh, I like you." And he locked off. I think it was Laura, the Scottish girl. He locked her off. He had sex with Laura. He was in a couple with Laura for weeks. But Megan came in and he dumped her. But Megan didn't crash out like Huda. So I don't know if he can't. They need to get her out.